COVID, a safe and effective trap. With this talk, I will look at how all of society has become enthralled with the COVID-19 vaccines, and how all of the different sectors of this world have seemed to be mesmerized and entranced into a belief in the safety and effectiveness of these products developed at warp speed. But how can they know? How can they know this will be safe and effective after 3.5 years, or 42 months, or 1,260 days? How can they know when these vaccines have never been used in humans before this crisis? And we have only recently passed the 1-year anniversary of the vaccine rollout. The FDA's pattern of recall. As humans, we don't know what the future holds in store for any of us as individuals. But we can look back to the past to see what patterns might be coming in our future. According to a 2017 CNN News article, about a third of the drugs the FDA approved between 2001 and 2010 were involved in some kind of safety event after reaching the market. According to a study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, the study found that drugs used to treat mental illness and drugs that went through an accelerated approval process had a higher number of these events. Big Pharma's pattern of recall. One of the most well-known recalls is of the drug Vioxx, a pain reliever for arthritis. After 5 years on the consumer market, was recalled in 2004 by the pharmaceutical company Merck. The recall provoked a public uproar and harsh criticism of Merck and the FDA, claiming that they ignored the dangers of Vioxx. At the time of the recall, Vioxx had been prescribed to more than 20 million people, with up to 140,000 suffering from heart attacks and strokes after taking Vioxx. It was the largest and most expensive recall in history, costing close to $6 billion. In 2005, Pfizer recalled the drug Bextra after 1 year on the market, a pain reliever to treat arthritis and other inflammation in the body. It was recalled due to increased risk of heart attack and strokes, as well as a fatal skin condition called Stevens-Johnson syndrome, or SJS, that starts with flu-like symptoms followed by a painful rash that spreads and blisters. Pfizer and its subsidiary were fined nearly $1.2 billion. It was one of the largest criminal fines imposed on a U.S. drug company. These are just 2 examples. In my research, I found many more examples of how drugs are approved as safe and effective, then years and lives later it proves not to be the case. So this brings us to Operation Warp Speed, a public-private partnership initiated by the U.S. government under the Trump administration to facilitate and accelerate the development, manufacturing, and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines, therapeutics, and diagnostics. It is this program that would have vaccines being given to people in less than a year, when usually taking between 4 to 12 years. So looking at the patterns of the past, we can see a drug product rushed to the public in record time, and also being a new technology never used in humans before, and also being forced on the public by means of mandates. All of the patterns of the past are flashing red for danger. Then we see the size and scale of how this belief in the safety and effectiveness of this product has ensnared all sectors of society, from politics and government of all levels to businesses and corporations of all sizes, to science and medicine with all of its accumulated knowledge, to the religions of the world that see the vaccines as sort of a new messiah here to save us from COVID, to sports and the different leagues of the sports world, to entertainment and the different aspects of show business, from the military to the intelligence agencies, to all of the news media as a whole, whose job it is to dig deeper into the narrative push from the governments about the virus, about the vaccines, and about the mandates. But the mainstream media is complicit with the government narrative, never stopping to ask, what if something goes horribly wrong, with hundreds of millions of Americans given multiple shots. Psalm 69:22 states, "Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap." And so it seems as though a trap has been set, that if it comes to pass, will destroy mankind's trust in all of the systems of this world, as if a great stone has struck the earth. For it seems as though all of the world has marveled at how safe and effective it is. Thank you.